What's going on, people? A little midday chat while I run errands. I got a question about Craigslist. And you know, I love Craigslist. However, I have a new recommendation for Craigslist. Craigslist is great for lead generation, it's great for sourcing, and for selling depending upon the items that you have. And the reason this happened is Craigslist has made some huge changes in the last 12 months that, in my opinion, has made it harder to make money selling on Craigslist. It's great buying on Craigslist, much more so than selling on Craigslist. And that has changed tremendously. It got really, really sticky when the shows came on, because people had to figure out a place to dump this stuff and to liquidate it, and they all went to Craigslist because it's easy. And I played a role in that because I have videos, tutorials, books, and stuff. So Craigslist became extremely crowded because I still sell stuff occasionally, not as robustly as I was the first 2 years I was doing this, but I found the challenge that if you're in a major metropolitan city, you are buried within minutes, completely buried. So you have to make sure that your ads are clean. Less is more. I learned that with eBay. Big, long ass descriptions mean nothing. Less is more. So you want a keyworded ad that was relevant to what you're selling, and you must learn how to create a listing schedule with Craigslist, because I did sell everything that I wanted to sell this year on Craigslist, but it took time. And I actually sold items much faster on Facebook. But what's happening with Facebook is the same thing that happened with Craigslist, and it's just happening faster. So it's really, really interesting. Another thing that I want to address is that I am, you see it. The channel used to be about storage auctions. Actually, the content is more about other stuff than storage auctions now. It took me a good year and a half to make that switch, and I'm still messing around with some stuff, because once I get the concept nailed, there'll be another blog. But I am moving away from, well, that's actually not true. I have moved away from resale, and for the following reasons. When I wrote the book, I knew that it had a shelf life. The shelf life actually was a lot longer than I thought it would be. I mean, it's kind of incredible when you think about it. Years past my original expectations, but when I wrote the book, I knew these things were going to happen. I knew that it was going to end. So I planned for that, and I've been waiting. So I'm now kind of putting some of that stuff into play. But I don't really talk about eBay or PayPal unless I'm slamming them, because I've had a lot of experience with both of them, and I can see that they've become worse. They've become much worse. But that's all you're going to hear from me in terms of eBay, Amazon. I will say this, from an efficiency standpoint, you're better off moving as much shit as possible to Amazon FBA, just from the efficiency standpoint, because this is the deal. Both Amazon and eBay are going to nail you on poor customer service marks, and the only customer service thing that you can do is fast shipping. That's it. I mean, listing your item correctly, making sure that it's typo free, that's just the price of admission. Only thing that you can do to differentiate yourself or to keep from getting bad marks is super efficient shipping. And if you're a small seller and you don't sell a lot, yeah, you can do that. But when you get to a few hundred packages, when you get to 300 to 400, 500 packages a month, you start running into some issues. Logistics, inventory, retrieving pack. I mean, you got to put some things into play that you didn't have to do when you were just selling 40 or 50 items a month. You could just have a room in your house and just have the stuff in there in no particular order, but that's not going to work when you get volume. And going forward, you are going to need volume, which is real funny, because eBay will put the brakes on you in a heartbeat. So you've got that stuff going on. I'll talk about that. And this is where I'm at in my journey. I bought stuff and resold stuff for a good 15 years. You know, including the contract office furniture business, stores. And I have not had the unbridled happiness before of true product creation. Now, I've created a lot of stuff that went nowhere. I've had things and programs that just went, y'all just like, fuck that. I don't want that shit, Glenda. And that's cool. That's part of the journey. That's part of the success path, because, you know, I just take it as, okay, that's just need to do something different or make it better or get rid of it. You know, I'm gaining information I didn't have before. That's how I look at it. So going forward, I am going to be hammering hard being a creator, being a producer, for the following reason. There's someone who's listening to this video right now that's going to take this advice, and they're going to create something, and it's going to change the financial future of their grandkids. When you think about that someone right now who's listening to this video is going to come up with something, they're going to do something, they're going to become a producer or a service provider, they're going to do something, they're going to become part of the creator mindset, that they will change the financial blueprint of their grandchildren. And that to me is extremely powerful, because someone put in the comment today that, you know, sometimes it's like the information I put out is like throwing a pebble in an ocean. And, you know, but even with that, and you know what, I agree wholeheartedly with that sentiment, because it's true. Because anytime you talk about personal responsibility, saving, people like blah, 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 blah. I want the magic jelly beans, Glenda. Give me the magic jelly beans. Give me the secret sauce. Give me the ninja secrets. Give me the game pass code, the cheat codes. I don't want to work and bullshit like that. I get tuned out. But that's cool and that's awesome. And that's one of the reasons that I created the products and the price points that I have, because they're not for everybody. There's a lot of people who want, you know, a $5 product or a $15 product, because the simple truth of the matter is that's the amount of money that they can lose and not feel bad if they don't actually put forth any effort. But when you start getting the $50 or $25 a month or $100, you know, you start like, hey, I'm spending this money. I need to be accountable. And a lot of people don't want to be that accountable. They just don't. And that's just the reality. So when I started the Hustler Mindset Project, I went with the 300 theme. And I mean, seriously, it's like if I could get 300 people at certain price points, I was good. I didn't need thousands. I didn't need millions. And this comes from living a life of design. This comes from thinking and pulling out a sheet of paper and a calculator and crunching numbers. And it's like, okay, what do I need to get here? What do I need to get there? So I really, really agree. And I'm not for everyone, which is cool. But based on some of the changes that YouTube's implemented, I see this going in a completely larger direction. That, you know, this kind of surprises me, because moves I made 2 years ago are preparing me for stuff that's coming. So understand, this channel is radically going to change. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. If you want hustling stuff like TaskRabbit, Airbnb, or, you know, Uber, you know, these quick hustles that I know about and I've helped people with, that's going to be in Hustling University. That is going to be the most efficient, cheapest. I'm going to use the word cheapest. I'm not going to say economical. I'm going to say cheapest. Cheap, or as they say in the hood, for the low. That's going to be what you want to deal with. Now, let's talk about that, because some people don't like the way that the information is presented, because they want a course that they can get cheap and get immediate benefit from, which is cool. I'll make that happen. But those courses will be more expensive than monthly membership to the Hustler Mindset. Just letting you know, because I have been in this space for a long time and I know how people are. And once again, these products are not designed for everyone. That is the quickest way to abject failure, is to try to design something that suits everyone. It's not going to happen. It's just not. So I am I'm creating my products for certain people that value their personal freedom and value success and want to do something different with their lives. Because if you are just stuck on what I call optimistic hustling, opportunistic hustling, like you see a situation, you do something, you make a few coins. You are always going to be doing that because you're going to create a habit of opportunistic hustling. You're not going to create long-term strategies that's going to give you sustainable hustling. Long-term income, bigger income, years and years of income. You're going to be consistently doing the same thing over and over again. And with the increased competition, because Redneck Picker put this out a few years ago, the others are coming. Let me tell you, based on what I see, and this is my research, there are going to be a lot of people laid off next year because of disruption. More so than the company's not doing well. It's just, they're not going to need them because the companies are becoming increasingly more and more efficient, and they are able to do a lot more with less organic beings in the mix. And that, for you, my friend, means that you're not getting a paycheck. They don't need you. They don't need a lot of workers. Like I said, there's going to be $1 billion company, $1 billion revenue, 50 workers. That stuff's coming. That's going to be the future. And you got a decision to make. Are you going to be on the side of the table asking for a job? Or are you going to be on the side of the table creating jobs? Because that is something that is fully within your power today. And this is not about having an MBA or even a degree. This is about making a fucking choice. I'm telling you, it is that easy. You have to make a choice. So understand, you're watching the channel. This is what's going on. This is how it's going to drop. These are the things that will be discussed. There will be a lot more life issues. There will be all kinds of crazy stuff. Like this video just kind of came to me because I saw a comment, and really it's just to kind of put out what's going on with me, where I'm going, why I don't talk about storage auctions, because I haven't bought a unit since early 2009. I've kind of helped some people sell some stuff, but I'm not in the business. I'm not getting back in the business. And for me to keep talking about something I'm not doing, that's just kind of crazy. Totally crazy. So that's the reason for the change. That's what's going on. And there's going to be a lot of really cool content coming. A lot of stuff that's coming down the pike. And hold on, let me get in here, because for some reason people with the biggest vehicles want to get in the smallest parking spots. I mean, he is all jacked up. I mean, seriously, like he's parked like a crackhead. He's gonna hate me when he comes out if I beat him out, because he's a little hemmed in right now. Yeah, I'm that dude. Don't hit my shit, I will whoop your ass. But seriously, all jokes aside, definitely a lot of different things are coming. A lot of new pathologies, just more to talk about. And at some point I'm going to start the stories and stuff up again on the other channel. It's just, I'm really focusing on cleaning stuff, cleaning up databases, and just really connecting with some really cool people, because in my groups I got some killer people. And now I can promote more and more time to that, which is just awesome. So that's what's going on with me. That's what's going on with the Hustler Mindset Project. And that's what's going on with the direction of this channel, because I did resell for a long time. It did great stuff for me. It did wonderful stuff. I mean, it set me free from the matrix. Just be real, I got unplugged from the matrix because of resell. And in life, you've got a choice to make. And I call it elevation. I mean, how can you expect to evolve if you continue to do the same thing in the same manner? And I'm just telling you, this creator thing is awesome. I'm going to explore it. At some point, I'm probably going to do a Kickstarter program, project, but I'm waiting for the right stuff, because I'm just like, hey, I'm doing Kickstarter. And you'll see more t-shirts. You'll see all kinds of stuff. But, the rest of the year, 2014, is just going to rock. Just going to totally rock. There's going to be a lot of awesome content. There's going to be a lot of over-the-top stuff, crazy stuff. And just to let you know what's going on with my paid groups. The Hustle University, that's pretty much what most of you will be interested in. It's $25 a month. advanced, conservative hustler mindset training. That's $99 a month, and that includes Hustler University plus a whole nother level of teaching. And then the cream of the crop, disruptive life coaching. That's exactly my journey, some things I learned, plus some new wrinkles. And that is, I'm kind of flexing because it's like either $250 a month or $400 a month. And that's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. There's only like a handful of people in that group right now. And you have to go through Hustler University to get in there. Because if you come in off the street, I'm just gonna say it, it'll be $500. You want to work your way up the food chain, get exposed to me, see some other people, see if it's for you before you make that investment. Because at that level, you get my phone number. We're going to talk more. The Skype sessions are going to be reserved solely for people who are in disruptive life coaching. That's just because it's just going to be a smaller group, easier to handle, and you get more of me, you know. Because if I'm like trying to do this with like 1,000 people, it has to be a pre-recorded program. It cannot be off the cuff. It can't be that personable. There's just no way. So that's another reason I'm doing it. So that's what's going on. If you want to be part of the Hustler Mindset Project, hit the links below and hit Hustler University. And it's a Facebook group, so I have to add you. It's not going to be instantaneous. Like, you know, you go ahead and pay it in. It's Facebook. So it's not an open group. It's secret. So I have to add you. I have to actually go in there. So it's usually 2 to 24 hours, depending. And weekends, it'll be a little slower. Just letting you know. All right, this is Glendon Cameron, and I'll see you on the good side.